Okay, now we'll discuss about we'll with a bit of CSS, more precisely about flexbox and the grid. Because sometimes you want to reorder the visual order. You want to change the items which will be a bit different than in the HTML, in the document object model DOM. And you will be doing this with order in flexbox or grid aria or flows or absolute positioning. If visual orders and DOM order are different, someone using the keyboard or listening can get a different sequence than the people who can see. And then we would be failing with 1.3.2, meaningful sentences. Keyboard and screen readers users usually experience the DOM order. So what we do in CSS, the people who use screen readers, they will see differently. They will follow the HTML, the DOM. So prefer reordering in the DOM when the reading order should change across breakpoints. So if there are some changes, prefer to do it on the HTML level. Reordering. If you must use order, like we will have in this example, ensure that the tab order still makes sense. And of course, try to avoid large visual rearrangements with the CSS. So if you see here, we have a div. On this class we will have some CSS, I will show you. And we have an article content, and then we have aside. But if we open the code sandbox, we are on my slides I am missing one moment. Yeah, this should be like this. Hop, like this. Oh, so we have it here, but here the order swaps them visually. So in the DOM we have content and aside, but because of using the order, if we open it here, or maybe here you have seen it displays the other way around. So it first shows aside, then content. This is what visual people will see. So prefer to reorder the nodes in the DOM over relying on the order. And now if you would be checking actually, one moment. If I click here, and then there is something I didn't tell you about. If you click here, one moment. Wait, now I forgot. Oh, here. If you click here, by this is also you can see how the this is box model of HTML. I covered this in HTML course, so don't worry about this. We go here, and then we can click something called accessibility tree, and then you see that in accessibility tree, the content is first and aside is after, despite the fact that in CSS we change the order. So now what you can guess, now I will open my assistive technology, which is my voiceover. So I will use my screen reader, which is the voiceover.
Welcome to aside. DOM order versus visual order. Aside. DOM order versus visual order. CF bookmarks. DOM order versus visual selection. DOM order versus visual order. CSS order and flexbox/grid. Web content. You are currently on a group. To interact with items in this group, press Ctrl, Option, Shift, down arrow. DOM order versus visual order, CSS order and flexbox/grid, Google Chrome Daniel, group. DOM order, tab group, tab tool, tab, DOM order versus visual order,
One moment.
CS aside, content, group. You are current DOM order versus visual order, CSS aside, DOM aside, content, uncontent, selected, content. You are current DOM order versus visual order, CSS order and flexbox/grid, web content. Content, article. Aside. Content. Content. DOM order versus visual system settings.
Yeah, this was not the best example, but the example with my voiceover didn't work correctly as it should. But the example which I showed with accessibility tree is correct. So be aware that the accessibility tree keeps the content as per the DOM. So first we have content, then aside. Content, aside. Even though here we have different way. Apologize for this not perfect demo. Responsive design. So responsive layout should not strip semantics. So headings remain headings, landmarks like, so we have landmarks like header, like nav, like main, like aside, like footer. These two should stay, of course. And if I would, this is a code. And now what I will do, I will change it. I will make it like this, and I will zoom it to maximum. And what you can see, this content is reflowing, how we call it. So you don't have a horizontal screen, scroll, but it's responsive friendly. It means that when the screens are smaller or bigger, the content reflows, right? You can see, so the content reflows. And this is related to reflow 1.4.10 because the content can be enlarged without increasing the line length. And here you can see a success criterion on that. But what it means basically that when you zoom in, make it extra large, and on a smaller screen, like I test like here, the content is reflowing. Basically, that's the point. But we will talk about reflowing. I have a separated class. Here I can remove it. Actually, no, this would be better example. Just update my slides a bit. Oh, like this. And now visually hidden. This is only for screen readers. So if you have SR only class, you will not see this text visually. So if I open here, there is no this text search documentation. Yeah, so I will show you. I will show you what in the screen reader. And so the people who are seeing, they will see the placeholder search docs, but they will not see the search documentation. Visually hidden is often implemented with clip CSS pattern. So clip CSS pattern. So people who can see the layout, it is unchanged. But for most likely you, but assistive technology still will read the text. And it's also important, you don't want to hide the content that people who see need, so you need to find a balance that it works for both types of users. You can use it, you use it the SR only for redundant context where visuals are obvious but spoken UI needs extra words, or for example when it's legally required text that would clutter the design otherwise. And the next one we have in SVG, for example, we can have aria hidden true, which is it removes the element and is descendant, so it will be path. It will also remove the path from the accessibility tree. Use it for purely decorative duplicates or like icons, images. Mostly it's for icons, or when open close state is conveyed otherwise. Do not put aria hidden true on elements which you have to focus, or on a parent or focus context, because it will hide the focus content from assistive technology while focus remains, and which is a very serious bug. If something is visible and important, do not rely on aria hidden. Fix duplication or labeling instead, if this is if the visual is important. So here I will show you one, and then here. So first we'll go to inspect. We will go accessibility and the show accessibility tree. And as you can see, there is no this button. I mean, there is button, but that's it. There is no what is after the button. There is no SVG. And if I remove it now, and then hop, static text. Oh, save one moment. Static text. Ignore. One moment. Up. So here is only search. Here's only label text, search box, and button. And now if I remove it again, then there is also image. You see, there's also image, but this image is decorative, so we don't want to show it. We want to have aria hidden true. We don't want to confuse the user. So I will read it.
Welcome to VoiceOver on Chrome. Visually hidden and screen reader only. Aria hidden. Google Chrome Daniel Search Docs. Window. Search documentation. Search text field. Has keyboard focus. You are currently on a text field. Inside web content. To enter text in this field, type. To exit this web area, press Control, Option, Shift, up arrow.
You see, it read that this search documentation, which as a visual user I do not see. So this is a important difference.
Save draft button. You are currently on a button inside web content. To applet group are focusable saved. You are saved visually hidden and screen reader only. Aria hidden web content. You are currently on a button group inside web content. To click this button, press Control, Option, Space. To exit this web area, press Control, Option, Shift, up arrow. Search document space. Save draft button group. You are currently on a button group. Save draft button group. Applet group. Grammarly group. Aria hidden equals true focus. CodeSandboxes save draft but image. You
Yeah.
are currently on a button. Group. In leaving visually hidden and screen reader only. Image.
So here I
You are
get the
currently on a
image.
button. Atlas Chrome. Grammar group. Aria exclamation system has save draft image. Reload. Search save draft button. You are currently on a selectable text inside web content. To exit this, voiceover off.
So when you have seen, when I change to aria, when I remove aria hidden true, it read this is image. But when I did not have it, then it didn't read an image. So this is important. We do not want to confuse the user that because image is only decorative here. So we don't want to confuse the user that the image has some important information. If it does not, it's only for decoration, please remove it, because otherwise the user, as we could hear image, the user can think what kind of image, what is it showing, is it focusable, is it important, but the user could not, the user who doesn't see and relies on voiceover could not really guess what is behind the image. So it is very important to remember about aria hidden true for decorative images. And now we'll go into something which we mentioned also in this class. We'll discuss the 1.4.10 reflow.